Welcome to another meeting of TVholics Anonymous.
My name is Ruru and I am a TVholic.
My name is Mimi and I'm a TVholic.
So today we're going to be talking about Valley episodes. I believe it was, what was it? 6 and 8?
7 and 8.
7 and 8 of Valley. Because we had we've had a bit of a break. So
last week was busy.
We were busy. So yeah, let's start with 7 then. So
Okay.
what do you think about episode 7?
Okay, there's a lot that happened, to be fair, in both episodes. I feel like...
Yeah, should we just do it together as in like a whole mishmash? Because then we can just talk about everything all together. I think that's better.
Oh, I don't know. I think I need to just go through it all. I got the scenarios of what, like, each bit, so...
Okay, do you want to do it episode by episode then?
Yeah, we'll do episode by episode. So right, episode 7, we are... we start off with Jasmine talking to her girlfriend, Melissa, who really, I really had to think harder what her name was. Like, I always forget her name. Melissa.
Yeah, that's because they don't show her enough.
Yeah, they don't show her enough.
Which is really annoying.
But they're going to pick up Zach from the airport, which apparently is like a thing. Like Ben was saying, like, Ronnie was saying, like, it's so crazy to get to LA. So, like, that's a good friend who goes and picks you up from LAX.
You talking about Ben and Ronnie from Watch What Crappens?
Watch What Crappens, yeah.
I know it's a huge thing because a lot of people talk about it, that how LA traffic is like wildly crazy and you're always in it for like 2 hours. If you want to go down, like if you just want to do like a 20-minute drive, it's going to take you like 2 hours. So
but they were saying like it's 1 hour to get there and 1 hour back. That's crazy. Like, but I don't think that's crazy for an airport. That's
because it's always us. No, but it's crawling. Like you crawl to the airport, like as in you're just like, it's like back to back traffic like that crawling. That's why it takes so long. Apparently on their freeways, it's always like that. Going in and out. Maybe they just need to create some more roads. That might solve the problem.
Easy. Get it done. So they're talking in the car on the way to pick up Zach about Danny and Nia still. Like, it's like Jasmine is really like belaboring, that's the word, this Danny and Nia thing. I think just stop talking about it and just talk to him, please, which she does, obviously, eventually. But I just feel like you need to find a way to get over it. Because obviously he's apologizing and you just need to figure out, is it enough or not, like, for you?
Yeah, well, tell him what he needs to do.
And I understand if it's not, I get it.
Yeah, but tell him what he needs to do in order for his actions, in order for her to forgive him.
Yeah, and I think he obviously get there. And then Benji, that was a bit premature with that. Zach gets in the car, not with Benji. But he basically has come back from his travels with Benji, and Benji, and he says that. So he did mention this briefly, that Benji. Benji is been.
How can you forget that? We literally said it 1 billion times.
Sorry, that he's been in a relationship or been married for 10 years. Yeah. And he's been separated for 2 years. Yeah. And Zach says, I don't know if his husband still knows about me.
Yeah.
But I'm prettier and young. He said, I'm prettier and younger. So
that was a like nasty little dig.
Well, very Zach, very on track, very on point for him. Like,
very sassy.
But I'm not. Are we shocked?
No, not really.
So that was that. And then so basically he said that they traveled around and they're going to make it work. They're officially boyfriends. And Benji met, sorry, I'm just going to keep saying Benji. So I know it's Benji, but I love Benji. Benji went and met his parents as well. So that was that. And then we got cut to Nia and Michelle, who are
this stupid little soft play date that we never want to. I never wanted to do that.
It was so pointless.
And it was so stressful because Isabel was there, like listening to everything that she was bad mouthing her, her father.
All of them, all the kids are everywhere. Like, you might as well just put them in the conversation and let's see what their opinions are. Let's talk to Isabel about her shitty dad.
That kid is going to need so much therapy, Isabel.
All of them. Oh God, don't even get me started on Cruz. Like, okay, so they're at soft play, and I'm sorry, like, why is everything like supersized in America. Like that's like a village of soft play. Like, it's so big. It's like it's a lot.
I thought it could be much bigger, but I was surprised it wasn't bigger because normally everything is like gigantic in America. So
yeah, so they soft play, and basically Michelle just says like, "Oh, he's a narcissist. Jesse is a narcissist.
Chelsea is a narcissist.
Yeah, and basically Nia also asked what happened after I left the dinner. Sorry, I had to leave early because they had the dinner at Brits the night before, where they all got together and rehashed stuff. And she just wanted to know after I left, what did everyone say? And Michelle obviously has a lot of, she says it and explains it really well by saying, when you left, Jasmine was just very emotional and started crying.
Yeah.
That was it, basically.
Yeah.
And the thing with Jessie, her talking about Jessie, Michelle, is that she was saying that Isabel said the other day that, oh, Mom, it's okay if
that you've got a new man, something like that.
Yeah, she was like, I know you were married before, but that's okay if it didn't work out, and if you want to marry Aaron, Jessie has to go. She's talking about her dad like it's all very weird.
Yeah, it's something that requires therapy.
Yeah, for sure. It's like it's weird that she's saying things like that, and she's saying like detaching
But what
herself
do you
from her
expect?
dad.
They're like openly fighting in front of their child, like constantly. They have terrible communication in front of their child, and they don't care that they're messing their child up. So what do you expect the child
But
to like
Michelle's
let
really
out?
happy that she said that because she was like, oh, she wants me to marry Aaron. But she's missing the whole point. Like Isabel was trying to console her mom and make her feel
Isabel,
better.
I mean,
It's not her job to be the peacemaker.
Michelle has very low standards because Aaron is nothing special. And
well, yeah, I know, but what I'm
he
saying
doesn't
is
even
that
seem to like Michelle.
what Michelle took from that conversation was that, oh, Isabel's really supporting me and she wants me to marry Aaron, the love of
I
my
understand
life.
that. Yeah, I get that, but because she's delusional all the time. Like,
but what I'm
she's
saying is
delusional
that
about Aaron as well.
Isabel's having to like broker peace between her parents and like make her mom feel happy. Like that's not her job. She's already taking on that role, and it's terrible.
Yeah, obviously it's not her job. They screwed up that child so much. Like, what do we expect to come out of that child? Like a lot of problems, major daddy issues, major mummy issues. It's going to be like her life's going to be messed up. It's already they're messing her life up from the very start, and that's really sad for that child. And I hope that they stop and like take a good hard look at themselves and like take that kid to therapy because she needs it.
Yeah. So then we go to Jason, Danny, and Luke meeting at that heavy-handed burger place, which was a plug. Did you get that?
Yeah,
There
but
was a plug. I've never been to this place. Luke says, and he was like, I came here a few weeks ago, Jason said. It's the best burger I've ever had.
Yeah, but it was also looked horrible. And like,
there was no one there.
Yeah.
It was empty.
Yeah, that's
so
how you know that it's a terrible place.
And they're plugging it and they got a free meal. That's it. So Jason
this whole conversation was quite stressful.
Basically, this is Jason doing Janet's dirty work and being the bitch boy, and like she's throwing him out and saying, "Go do this now," and he just basically tells off Danny and says, "Jasmine's still not happy with you," and bringing it all up again. And Danny's like, "Where is this coming from? Like, I've said I've apologized. Like, if she has a problem, she'll talk to me. You don't have to bring it up like this." And then it was the swig of tequila. And Janet wouldn't say it if she didn't feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I don't know why he's trying to push this narrative that Danny is an alcoholic, because clearly I don't really feel like he's alcoholic. I think he's someone that's definitely overdoes it. Like whenever he gets a chance, he overdoes it because I think he's stressed out. He's stressed out constantly at home, so he just wants to escape when he's got time. I think
he's a binge drinker. He's not responsible with it. Okay, he's not a responsible drinker. Okay,
you're right.
Let's say that.
100% right.
He's not alcoholic, but he's not he doesn't know how to handle it when he does drink.
Yeah.
And also Danny was confused because he said when we were at wherever they went, Santa Barbara, he said that, Jason, you told me that it was no big deal. If Janet passed out after drinking, I would just say she just drank a bit and passed out. So now Danny's confused. He's like, why are you flipping and now saying I'm alcoholic and bringing all this shit up?
We'll see a theme when we talk about the next episode as well, that they do like to flip things. They like to think about at home, Jason and his terrible, like, torturous wife, and they like to change the narrative, like, when they can.
Yeah. And then Jason's like in his confessional, like, maybe it's the lawyer in me who wants to protect Jasmine. Like, please shut up.
Or
like, you
maybe
couldn't
it's
protect your own wife from Jesse's
maybe it's
big
the
fat
Janet in you.
obnoxious mouth. No, it's the Janet in you, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you couldn't even protect your wife from Jesse's fucking obnoxious mouth when he was coming at your wife. So, now you want to stand up for all the wrong things.
Yeah, don't be a Janet. Okay, I think that should be the new word, a Janet, instead
Not
of like a Karen. Yeah,
Yeah.
a Janet. Don't be a Janet. Okay, Jason.
That's a
Jason is
good
such a
one.
Janet. Jason's
Basic,
such a Janet.
like, so yeah.
You're gonna have to use that as well now. Don't be a Janet.
Don't be a Janet.
Yeah, he's a Janet. She's a Janet. So then what happened next? After that,
so then
I
then
also
Danny...
didn't like the way Luke, how Luke was chiming in.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I felt like he was actually playing both sides there.
Yeah,
I
think he was just coming from a place of like, these guys are good friends. Like, I want them to be able to see each other's point of view. Otherwise, they're gonna get really angry with each other.
That's interesting, because your opinion of Luke has changed a lot, because first you hated him and now you're kind of starting to like him. Like, I liked him from the start.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
There
I'm
is
always
something
right about people's character.
There is still something very devious about him, and I feel like he's got a hidden life.
No. I think that he, like, like, sometimes, like, he cracks a smile, like, when he shouldn't and things like that. I think it's because he feels like, oh yeah, I finally got to get revenge on this person that treated me like crap last year. I think that's why he seems a bit devious.
I think he's devious and he's got a hidden life, because I just can't see someone from where he's come from, like a fishing farm or whatever.
He's not from a fishing farm, he's from Colorado, I think.
Oh, whatever it is, but he has like all this land and farms and stuff. But I can't see someone from like rural.
Have a farm. I don't know where you imagine that.
I think he's from like rural America. I just can't see someone that's come from rural America and plucked into LA and with Kristen Doty, and then you don't have a hidden life somewhere. Like, there's something.
I think it's because Kristen always had like people that, or like, had problems, like she delved in a bit of Jax, and also Sandoval and James, and like, they
all the worst.
All the worst people, and the other weird guy that wouldn't leave her house. Remember the one, Carter, that was never paying for anything.
I forgot about Carter.
Yeah, that creepy dude. I think she always had terrible people. So now when we see it like a normal guy, it's like shocking for us. And we're like trying to find something bad about him. Probably you're trying to find something bad about him.
With
you don't
any men in Bravo, I have a problem trusting them. So
yeah, they're all terrible. And also they're not very good looking. All of the men on Bravo, they're like, they're hideous. Not hideous. We talked about that last time. They're very like average. Yeah, they're very average Joes.
So then, basically, Danny leaves that conversation saying, "I don't understand what Jason's talking about. Like, is it Jason or is it?" And he's hinting at it's obviously Janet.
Yeah, he's been Janeted. Like, he's a Janet. He turned into a Janet. Also, I felt like he put Jason in his place as well, which I thought was good. Like, he like tried to cut it off, and they did stop talking about it, because at the end of the day, Jason is a Janet, and he's a bit of a pussy. So when you like put your foot down with him, he just stops immediately.
Yeah, and I think I didn't know if Danny actually had it in him to like defend himself well and like actually stand up to people, but I'm glad that he did in a way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we cut to Jax on his confessional camera and rehab or whatever,
spewing his lies.
It's a special day because I get to see my son. I haven't seen him for a long time. I don't know how long. It's been 1 week, Jax. It's been 1 week.
Is this when they meet in the park? Him and Brittany meet in the park?
No, not yet. So I was a bit confused with how this all... Maybe it was, yeah. So, but they basically put this in the wrong segment, maybe. They didn't cut it well, like the episode, because right now they talk about how he's going to see his son. So I think, yes, he's referring to, in a few scenes' time, Brittany talks about what happens there. But yeah, he says, I'm going to see my son, and I'm really excited, and I've learned so much, and da-de-da, all the bullshit.
It's the same old crap, yeah.
It's all the same old fucking crap. That he's got a script.
Can't this man understand that we watch him for so many seasons, and we know that he's lying? Like, we know he's lying now.
He literally was trying to squeeze out tears. There was not one tear out of that man's eyes.
Fake cries.
He was squeezing out tears. He was scrunching up his eyes. He was pressing on his eyes with his hand, and nothing's coming out. Okay.
There's been a lot of fake crying on Bravo recently.
I just feel like he's got a script in front of him and he just reads it out. That's what it is.
I think he just knows what he's going to say, and he's convinced that the audience still believes him. We're not on season 1 of Vanderpump, okay? No one's going to believe your bullshit, Jax.
No, exactly.
And grow up as well. You pathetic loser of a man who can't even Jax, who can't even like treat his wife with respect or his child, like, and you'd kick them out of the house. You are a pathetic loser.
He is. Then we go to Brittany in her rental home with her mom, and it's literally like double it. Their voice is exactly the same. They are planning for shark party. Like, apparently sharks are her favorite animal. And we learned something about how she was obsessed with Shark Week on Discovery. I think that comes
Okay, listen, this explains a lot, yeah? You married a bloody shark, okay? You married a terrible person.
That's his animal.
Yeah, he married a shark. She married a shark, I mean. Now, she wasted a lot of money on this stupid, pointless party.
That's what I thought.
For what? You're already broke, basically.
She just wanted a party for the sake of it, because maybe it was Shark Week that week, so she was like,
yeah, but guess what? She could have saved a lot of money because she knows that she's in a bit of a pickle right now. Like, she's separated from her husband, and like she's renting this place, which is costing her arm and leg. Yeah, and later she has more financial problems because of what Jax reveals. But I think that she just wasted money for no reason, and it was really stressing me out.
She just wants to she wants to party and go get trashed, and then send her kids off to her. Janet's mom and her mom are going to look after the kids. That was she said,
Janet's
right?
Mom. Why would Janet's mom look after Brittany's kids?
Because she's going to have the other one, the little one. That's what she said.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was she there, Janet? Yeah, she was there, of course.
I don't think
so she said Janet's mom and Brittany's mom is going to look after her.
Surprise. I think she's a terrible mother, and she's acting like she's a great mother. Like, I would be focused solely on my child at this point. He's going through a lot, and he's non-verbal right now, and like I would not be
There's a reason why he's non-verbal.
You could be homeless. You never know, you could end up homeless.
The non-verbal thing is the trauma response to what's going on in their home.
Yeah, I think so too.
She doesn't realise that.
And he's like, the way he acted when Jax was coming towards him, he's terrified of Jax.
That's a really common thing where kids don't develop properly, or their speech and stuff, because they've got some sort of trauma that they need to unlock. Like, poor kid, like Paul Cruz, like, honestly, I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, I can't with that.
Kristen and Luke come in, meeting up for Shark Party Week, Shark Party festivities, and Jill comes in, who's so cute. The little German Shepherd, so cute.
Yeah. That was very cute.
I love that doggy.
But what a weird name for a German Shepherd, Jill.
I know. Do you know what Ben and Ronnie and Watch What Happens said this about, like, human names for dogs? Like, it is weird. Like, if you name your dog like Jack or Bill or Curtis, like, it's just weird.
Yeah, but I guess a lot of dogs are.
Huh?
Yeah, I guess a lot of dogs are called human names, but
there are only a set of certain types of human names that are good. So yeah, actually, this is where Brittany then talks about to her mum and Luke and Kristen about how she met up with Jax. So she said that I let Jax and Cruz play in the park for half an hour, and then I met up with Jax after with a therapist, and it all went to shit. So
what did she expect? It's Jax.
Yeah, and she said that
and she keeps having hope, which is like stupid as well. Like, are you like blind and stupid? Like, as in, like, are you blind to this situation? Like you've put yourself in.
It went to shit because about all this drama about the cameras in the house.
Okay,
like
whatever.
She was watching her on the cameras and stuff, and it's just ridiculous. So my favorite part was when she was like, and then she also found out actually that he's going to move next to Tom Shorts in a condo, which is obviously a great plan. Like, let's go move to the man, the child man who is never going to grow up. Like, I'm going to learn a lot of responsibility.
Both the Peter Pans are next to each other. Once again,
an overgrown child.
They're all overgrown
Tom
children.
Shorts is literally an overgrown child because of the way he talks and everything. Like,
but aren't all the men of Bravo? They're all overgrown children. Peter Pan syndrome. They all suffer from the same syndrome. They need a doctor. That.
I don't
Also,
think it's Peter. I don't know what.
yeah. Oh,
Gross.
Mimi, what time is your appointment? Because I'm trying to keep an eye on time for you.
No, I've got enough time.
Okay.
So, and then no, my favorite part. I go back to it. My favorite part is when Brittany's like, "He's a terrible human being. He's a human being. He's a bean. He's a terrible human being."
I'm laughing at Brittany, but I say that too. Okay.
He's a terrible human being.
It just sounds funnier when she says it in her in her country accent. Now, her mother is crazy as well, because her mother's been through a lot of crazy relationships as well. Apparently, like she said that she's been married a lot of times. So obviously she keeps repeating the same mistakes, and then she encouraged her child to stay with Jax many times that we saw on Vanderpump Rules. So I think that's all a bit crazy too. So what happens after they finish their talk?
So then Danny, this is the next part, is where Danny goes to meet Melissa and Jasmine on camera for his apology.
Oh yeah, this was awkward. Very awkward. Yeah. And why did they meet in a bloody bar if they're concerned about him drinking all the time? Like, this was a stupid meet up place.
No, well, he got water, and then she was like really happy with it. She was like, "Good one with the water." I mean, there's drinks everywhere there. Like, I don't think you can go to just like a sober bar. That's why Soft Bar needs to be opened, because then they could have gone to Soft Bar. They could have gone to Soft Bar. See, there you go.
No, it's on the other side of the country, mate. It's on the other side of the country.
No, but you never know. It could take off, and you could have like franchises popping all up around the joint.
Be serious. It's not going to take off. Yeah, he wants to go to Soft Bar. Okay, anyway.
So yeah, he apologised, and I think he did get it. I think Jasmine got what she wanted out of that, it seems.
Yeah, I think they had a bit of closure there.
Yeah, I think she explained it
Apparently
well.
he gets caught up later on in the season again. So I don't think there's full closure. So
there's always that chance with Jasmine. There's always that chance.
Yeah. Next. So the next scene was after that?
So the next one is Kristen and Luke meeting up with Jessie at they went to a cafe. And I love, this was my best thing about Kristen. She goes, it's so hot out. And he's like, yeah, are you gonna eat? She's like, are you gonna order something hot? Like, it's really hot out. And then he said, yeah. And she was like, you're gonna eat hot eggs and hot meat. And she makes like a weird face. It was so funny. You're gonna eat hot eggs and hot meat.
I know she's like in an alliance with him right now, but I don't think she really likes him because he's a terrible person. So I think secretly underneath it all, she hates him. But
no, Luke.
No, not Luke. What's his name? I thought you were talking about Jessie.
No, I'm talking about Luke and Kristen when they first got to the cafe. She was like, it's really hot outside. Are you going to eat hot eggs and hot meat?
No, but she also had a reaction to what Luke was, Jessie was eating.
Oh, yeah. Well, so. He was eating
that's why I thought you were talking about that.
Yeah, she's eating some chicken.
But I think she secretly hates Jessie. I think she's just using him for the alliance right now. And then I think later, maybe next season or the season after, that relationship will break down as well. Because Jessie is a demon.
Yeah. I'm not liking this whole, at the moment, this alliance with Jessie. Like, that's the one wrong thing that Kristen's doing this season for me.
But Michelle's also a demon.
No, but I know. But in terms of no, I mean, I don't want her to choose either of them. She cannot have either. Yeah. So
but she has to. She has to. Right now, she has to.
Yeah, I guess. So basically, what happens is that they start talking about the whole Danny thing, and she's annoyed that. And telling Jessie that we're really annoyed that everyone keeps going on about the tequila thing and painting him out to be alcoholic. And then Kristen drops the bomb that, like as she always does. I don't know how much of a bomb it is, but she's like, well, he can't speak because we need to talk about how he's not wearing ring off when he's out.
Yeah.
And then Luke's like, oh, for God's sake, Kristen, like, do you have to do these things? He was like, we don't need any more of a shitstorm, and now you have to go and drop these bombs, and now we have to deal with this.
But what I liked about it, she's always standing up for someone. She's a freedom fighter.
Yeah, I mean, she literally is like a mama bear. She's at the moment a mama bear. She's like, mama bear is coming out to play. Don't fuck with my friends and my family. Yeah, that's what she says.
She's fiercely protective, and that's nice to see on a show like this. Because when there's a lot of terrible people, I feel like Kristen is the voice of reason right now. It's weird to say that, but she is.
And she did say that on the confessional that, look, I heard this rumor from Jasmine and Zach, like I do all my rumors. So there's always a pattern of she gets scolded for everything she hears from other people, but that is what it is. I think she's willing to take the blow for them anyway.
Yeah, let's move on to the next scene now.
So then it's shark party time.
And
Broc, this is the 2 episodes of Broc, Scheana, and Lala. They make quite a big cameo in all of these both episodes.
They're so desperate, and it's like giving like it is giving desperation, and like I want to be on the show so badly, and we're going to try and squeeze ourselves in whenever we can and show our desperation to the entire world. It's like no, get off our screens. We don't want you anymore. Everyone who's watching doesn't want that. Okay, I mean, and Scheana looks like she's got an eating disorder because I know you're not meant to talk about people with their EDs and stuff like that, but I'm like seriously like worried about her. Like she needs to eat a sandwich.
I don't know about her body. I don't know. I think
it's probably the anxiety as well.
But her face is very gaunt, and she's looking very aged as well. Like there was one scene where I could see like she looked like older, and she didn't look youthful and like, you know, I don't know. There's something bringing her down at the moment. Like I think she's very
it's
stressed.
the anxiety that maybe she doesn't have a ED, but I feel like she's probably not eating properly because she's suffering from anxiety and like stress, and she said that she also went through depression, so it's probably that.
I think there's some stuff going on there. So I don't know.
I don't think Broc is the best partner either. Like I think he's just like he's left 2 of his kids in a different country, and he's like okay with like he haven't given them any money, and also he doesn't go to see, like he won't fight to go see his kids or anything like that. Like I would not move to another country if like I'm like away from my kids. Like he's terrible.
I don't know.
And he was so rude to her mother as well on several occasions.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy.
No.
He pretends to be. Next.
So
what do you think about Lala cutting out
so the firstly Michelle goes and says to Lala that Jessie called me a whore and a slut and a pig or whatever she said. So she was like riled up Lala to be on her side, and
so she triggered Lala to get into to go into action.
Lala. Yes. So then Lala, you know, got into her character, you know, and then she went and spoke to Jessie, and Scheana was there as well, and she was like, basically she just said like, why are you such a dick? Like you're horrible to my friend. Like why I don't want anything to do with you. You know, just I'm so glad you're not in my life. Like,
and I know why Jessie just stood there and took it, because he didn't want to look like the terrible person on TV who is yelling and screaming at a pregnant woman. That's why he didn't say anything. He just stood there like a lemon and just took it all and agreed.
Well, basically, he was like, he approached Lala and was like, I've always wanted more kids. Like, how are you getting on with the pregnancy and stuff, and trying to be all nice. Yeah. And she was like, basically after a while, she was like, you know, you treat your baby mama like shit. Like, I'm going to always side with the chick if you treat them the mother of your child like shit. I don't know how Lala's become the voice of reason, but
no, she's not the voice of reason. She just wants to get on the show. She doesn't care about the show.
She's the voice of reason when she said that you need to think about your kid. Like, she's an impressionable young kid. Like, if that would put yourself in her shoes, like if her baby dad
she's only saying that
talking to her like that and calling her a whore, you'd feel a certain type of way, which is the only way to get through to sometimes to some people still can't see it, but
he doesn't see it.
I don't know if you see it, but she's right in what she says. Like, she is very impressionable. If you keep calling her mum shit and like a whore and stuff, and she hears it, she's going to become that woman that's going to accept that from other men.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that I don't think Lala cares really. She's just saying it to look great on the show and to get a spot on the show as well. Because she needs to, now she's got 2 kids, and now she needs to like
no, I do think she means it. Because she said things like, she just cut to the point. Like
she never cared about
and she has 2 girls herself. So
on the last season of Vanderpump Rules, she didn't care about treating Ariana like crap, and she didn't care about the moral high ground there. So, and that was her friend.
No, I know, but that's a girl on girl action. But I think she is like very not anti men, but I do think she sees men differently. That's why she's had 2 kids, and she's had another one with it. Like, she's had the other one with a donor. Like, she's easy to cut down men. Like, she's in that space. It's like, you know, I think there's a lot of that going on in Bravo. So I think Paige is at the moment very anti-males. Like, she's just like there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, that happened. And then basically Jasmine talks to Jessie and she says that, oh, is there a little bit of you that's jealous and you still like love Michelle? No, Jasmine, you got it all twisted. He never loved her.
I do feel like there could, like, I think not love. I think like he wants her back. And I think he is jealous. I think he's jealous. I don't think he loves her. Yeah, but I don't think he loves her. I think he just wants her back, and like, but
he
not
wants to be able to break up with her.
Yeah, I think maybe that, a lot of that. Yeah, you're right.
I think he's just upset that she broke up with him.
Yeah,
but I because he
thinks he's jealous.
He thinks he's a cat.
I mean, he is jealous that she's moved on and she's got someone else, and he's jealous about that situation.
But
basically.
That's not jealousy. That's the ego thing. Yeah, I don't think it's not jealous. Like I'm jealous that you're with him and I want you to be with me. It's like I'm jealous. Because he's not better than me. Like it's all about him.
It's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Now, what happens next?
So then Kristen. No. Well, I mean, yeah. So then we go on to Jason and Danny talking.
So that shark party.
Yeah, the shark party. Yeah.
Jason and Danny talking. Yeah. What did they say?
Yeah, Jason and Danny, they're having a conversation because after some thought, Jason apparently feels bad about the conversation they had at the burger place.
He pussied out about the conversation. He's like, no, I want to back out of this. I'm sorry I did this. I'm so sorry. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah. Listen, I think because he ended up crying and stuff and he's like, I do really respect you. You're a good friend. And I don't think he's got it in him to like fake. I don't think he's an actor. So I think he does genuinely feel bad. But it's very difficult for us to feel bad for you when you're with the demon. So work it out.
I don't think he feels bad. I think he's really worried and scared that he's going to look terrible on TV. And he's trying to make amends. And I think that's what's keeping him up at night. And he's like freaking out about that. And that's why he can't sleep and everything. And he's worried. But
I just don't think of him. I don't think of him as calculated. I think of him so simple. That's why Janet can also use him like this. So I just think that he's like.
You might be right.
I think he's simple. I think he's easy. I think his downfall is that you're an idiot that gets like treated like shit by Janet. But I do genuinely think he cares about Danny. Like,
look, think about this, yeah. Like normally lawyers are very, very, like sharp and very like controlling and very like, manipulative people. So I don't think that he can really like be what you're saying. What do you think? It's not possible for him to not be.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what kind of lawyer he is. I don't know if he's like a genuine lawyer either. We talked about this, how there's the lawyers and then there's like the D-list lawyer and stuff. I like to research.
He probably works down in downtown LA, so he's probably a lawyer.
Cool Soul. What is it? Cool Soul? What was it?
What? What are you trying to say?
Soul. Who's Soul? Cool Soul. What is his name?
What?
What is that program? The spin-off from Breaking Bad.
Oh, Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. Yeah.
But he wasn't a lawyer.
No, I know, but it's the genuine private eyes, and it's the stupid, the shoddy private eyes.
There isn't any kind of genuine private eye. I think they're all like weird and seedy people.
No, what is the one that Louis had in Jersey? What's his name?
Louis. Oh yeah, Bo Dietl. Bo Dietl said this, and Bo Dietl said that.
Bo Dietl. You want me to call Bo Dietl?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get Bo Dietl to talk about Bo Dietl. Okay, anyway, forget that. Oh my God, please bring that back to us, please.
We need Jersey. I need a bit of Jersey.
I am desperate for it. Desperate. So anyway, Danny and Jason, they squash their beef, and then Jessie decides to take Jason to the side and not fully tell him about the ring rumor that Kristen's been throwing out there, that he's been taking his ring off.
He did fully tell him about him.
No, he didn't. So he said, I don't want you to be thrown under the bus. Like, I don't want you to be caught off guard. So I want to tell you that Kristen's going to bring something to her attention.
Yeah.
And then that's when Jason's like, I don't know why he didn't just tell him. Then he goes around and asks Zach, do you know about this? Jason asks Zach.
In his panic pussy way. He
he's like,
runs around the room.
do you know what this thing that Kristen's gonna say to me? Do you know what it's about? Do you know what it's about? And Zach's like, I have no idea. And he's got his like goofy face. He's like, I'm just here at the party. I've got no idea.
And then they sit down. Basically, they sit down. Kristen and Luke, and ask them. Like him and Janet sit down. Kristen and Luke, and then Kristen and Luke say, Kristen just says it, and then they didn't have that much of a bad reaction to it. They were just like, oh, that's not true.
Jason was literally like, oh, is that it? Like, so stupid.
Yeah.
And Kristen just basically said, like, I just said, I heard this rumor. Like, I just repeated it because I was pissed off with what you were saying about Danny and Nia, so I just blurted it out as like retaliation.
They didn't seem upset about it. Let's keep this in mind. They didn't seem that upset about it. And then
even Kristen was like, look, even if they're upset, I don't give a crap if they're angry with me. Like, who cares?
Yeah. And then we move on to the next scene. What happens?
So then,
is that the end of Shark Party, Shark Hell? I want to call it Shark Hell because it was terrible.
But Janet does say in that moment in her confessional, she was like, I know where Jason is at all times. And if he goes on vacation, I put an air tag on him.
Yeah,
like, you're crazy.
Also,
does that not does that not tell us that you are nervous that he's going to do something? Like, why else would you do an air tag?
Yeah, but what did you think about the spray on abs situation that everyone's talking about on the internet right now? The spray on abs that Zach was talking about, and he sprays on in every single outfit. Like I don't know why in America they're obsessed with these like tacky themes all the time. The tacky theme parties. It's just like really not a British thing to do. It's like it's very like lowbrow kind of thing to do. It kind of like lowers.
I don't know. It's too much effort for me. Like I would never want to. It doesn't sound like fun to me.
Yeah, it just sounds like a ball of stress and very tacky.
I don't really have any thoughts, I'll be honest, on the
abs situation. He's always hating on abs.
And because he obviously doesn't have is insecure with his body, so why not?
Maybe just work out in the gym and get some abs, and then you wouldn't have to spray it on.
Just too much effort for most people.
Yeah, I guess.
So then Brittany gathers everyone around the pool and is like, I've got to get everyone together. She's gonna drop a bomb and like tell everyone something. And she basically says that I've got this. Jax has bought a condo next to Tom Short's, and now I'm worried that I'm going to be left with the mortgage, which is $14,000 a month.
So now she's paying for this place that she's staying at, that she's having the shark party at, and she's also paying for the mortgage. That's what she's declaring at her real house.
At her real house. At her real house as well.
And now, Brittany, I bet you really regret having that stupid shark party that you wasted all that money on. Okay? Stupid Brittany. No.
Yeah, she's an idiot. So everyone's like, oh my God. And like, Jax just needs to go. Like, Zach, like, he hasn't changed. He needs to go. And Brittany is like, yeah, he's got to go. We're going to get divorced. Divorce party. And they all go, and they all have fun. Scheana's like, and then they end there, that scene. And then we go to the evening.
And then they got what?
We go to the evening and we go to Jax's stupid fucking bar that no one wants to visit. Like one person in there. And Jasmine and Brittany up with Tom Short's.
And then before that, like Jasmine tries to take down all the Jax signs because she's disgusted by Jax.
Yeah, well, she does that and she does that. She said that before, and then she does that after she finds out what Brittany said.
But that's not really Jax's bar. He's just like part owner.
Yeah,
so like, you're destroying someone else's bar, really.
Yeah, it's like Tom.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
but I think that was just for TV as well.
So Tom Shorts comes in and he's like, what do you think? Do you think Jax has changed? Like, he's giving me all the peaceful, like, a mantra and stuff, and like he seems like he's doing the work, and therapy's working for him, and the meds and everything, and it's like, of course.
But even when Tom Short says that, you can tell that he doesn't believe it at all. He's just saying it for the sake of saying it. Like his face is like very skeptical, like his face is like, ooh.
I don't know with Shorts. I think he believes what he wants to believe.
I don't think he believes.
That's why the Sandoval thing. That's why the whole Sandoval thing happened, because he knew about half of it, but he was like, "I'm just going to believe what I want to believe." Tom said that nothing's happened, and I'm going to believe that and tell everyone that.
He don't think he's believing what he wants to believe. I think he's just lying for them, and he lies a lot as well. And he just lies.
But then when he comes out, he even if he's lying, when he tells other people, he says like, He's my friend. Like, of course I'm going to believe what he says. Like,
Okay, he's not stupid. He's not stupid, and he went to med school as well. Although he dropped
he's
out.
not stupid, but I'm saying that he's going to always come across as though, like, why would I not believe my friend? Like, if he's saying and he's putting in the work and he's gone to rehab, he's obviously doing it. You know,
no,
so
you can't
he's
convince
always
me
gonna.
that
He's always gonna justify what comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, but he knows that he's just lying for them. He's not. He doesn't believe any of the crap that he's saying.
But he can easily justify it. He's smart. He finds a way to justify it.
But I don't think he's believing it like you think that he's believing it. I think he's just lying.
But it doesn't matter if you don't believe it, then you're still shit because
he's shit. He's shit.
So what is there not to believe? So you don't believe it, and then you're just gonna. I don't understand.
To lie for them.
So then that means he's not
They're
friends with them.
always covering each other's lies all the time. All these people, all these men, terrible men on Bravo. That's what they do. They're just like it's like inbuilt inside them. Like they've got a chip in there that like I've got to cover this guy. He'll cover for me, and I'll cover him. It's just like bro code, isn't it? Bro code. They always talk about. Oh, you can't. That's not bro code, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So then
that was a pointless scene at the bar.
So basically, but the main thing was that Brittany said that I've got this mortgage now, and I just found out that Jax hasn't been paying it since May. So I don't know how long, but she basically said that means that the bill is like $100,000, probably close to that. And she's like, he's left me in the shit, like me and my son. I've got this rental place. You haven't paid for this place. Like, why have you let me get a rental place if you know that you haven't paid? Like, now I have to pay double.
Yeah, Tom did look a bit shocked hearing that because I don't think Jax told him that. And he must have been like, "Oh shit! Like this is like a big situation." But I still don't think he cares because he doesn't care about anything else but himself. None of these men do. So, so we can move on to the next scene.
And that was the end.
Yeah,
well, that was the end.
So now let's move on to episode. What was it? 8.
8.
Yeah, 8. So how does that start off?
So this starts off just with some like easy little bits where Jesse's in the car with Isabel and Britt's with Cruz and like sorting him out.
They're pretending to be great parents, those two.
Yeah, we find out we found out Jason's colorblind because he picks up a blue cloth and
and this is how they
thinks it's purple.
And then a lot of men are colorblind. They find out they basically are acting out like they're great parents, all of these people, and on top of that, they're trying to humanize Janet. You can't humanize that troll of a person.
Yeah. They try to do that a lot this episode. And then we quickly go to Scheana and Broc's new house.
Why?
Because they're at the enchilada party. I don't know. My enchilada.
I thought it was empanadas.
No, enchiladas. So she makes these famous enchiladas, and
I swear I saw all over the internet people talking about empanadas. It's her empanadas.
No. Okay. That's that girl from Selling Sunset makes empanadas.
No, but I think
it's an empanada business.
Okay, anyway, who cares? It's Scheana.
Janet. Then so everyone comes to
Scheana's house. They were all at.
Yeah,
I thought that was Brittany's house.
No, it was Scheana's house.
Okay.
No, Brittany's in a rental. Oh no. They all look the same. They're all those farmhouses.
Yeah, modern farmhouses.
Copy and paste houses.
Yeah.
So everyone goes to Sheena's pool party. Not pool party, enchilada party, and then Janet turns up and she goes straight to Brittany and is like, "Oh, what's going on with Jax and stuff?" And like he's been messaging me and tries to bring Brittany down straight away. Yeah. Again, Janet's Janeting, like she mood killer. Like literally, that's what Jasmine says later. You're a vibe killer.
Oh, really?
She's a literal vibe killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but when you have like
Britt feels like shit. Huh?
Yeah, but when you have a demoness person, like a demon person like that, they always suck all the life out of everyone and all the energy out of a room.
Yeah.
You need to get rid of people like that quickly from your life.
Yeah.
Just exit.
What happened So then apparently there was some drama after because everyone left and there was some drama between Zach and Jared. Is Jared that?
So basically he went through cancer. He went through a cancer and he's like recovering from cancer.
Yeah, and there was some beef between them, and Zach's upset because he feels like Britt took Jared's side, and so basically taking Janet's side, and she never sticks up.
He said something like what did he say? Like he can fuck off or fuck Jared or something like that.
kiss my or something about
Yeah,
arse or
or something like that. I don't think it. I think it was just like a bitchy comment in the moment. I don't think it was that serious. But they're trying to make. But Janet obviously is trying to make it serious. Was it Janet that said something about it, or who said something about it? Who was the one? I think it was Janet. Let's just blame Janet anyway, because I hate Janet.
So Zach's talking to Kristen about it, and Kristen basically feels the same and is like, I just feel like Brittany doesn't care sometimes and cares more about Janet than you, and I can understand why you feel like that because she feels the same way.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true.
Janet
That's 100% true.
Yeah, it's Janet over Kristen. It's Janet over Zach. It's Janet over everyone at the moment.
Maybe she's scared of Janet as well. Brittany.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because you never want to. No one wants to be on Janet's bad side because you know how crazy and twisted she is, and she twists everything and spins narratives like crazy. So maybe that's why she's just like, I can't handle dealing with Janet as well. So maybe I should just stay on her good side. You never know.
And then Janet, they go inside, and Janet's talking to Scheana and Britt and everyone and Jason and saying, rallying her troops basically to say that Jasmine needs to apologize to Jason because I can't believe she's my friend and she would be bringing up these rumors to someone who's not my friend, Kristen, and, you know, stirring all this shit. Like, everyone knows Jason's character. Like, he would never do something like, how many times have we heard this?
And then she was acting like
my
she's
husband's
upset because her mom
so
got
amazing, and then he turns out to be like a sociopath and like cheating all over the place with you. I don't know if that's Jason, but still, just
don't know.
Give your friend.
We know he's not a great guy because he never even stood up for his wife, and he's always a pussy, and he just does whatever Janet. He's like
a pussy, but I don't know if that means
he's a Janet
like
as well.
Cheater,
he is a Janet.
This wasn't the point. The point of Kristen and Jasmine, they don't believe it themselves. They said it. Like, we've heard, they're only repeating a rumor, but they haven't heard it. They don't believe it.
No, but the most important bit is that they were fine with it at the party, at the shark party, and now they all of a sudden thought about it overnight and they want to spin the narrative again like they always do. That's what Janet's famous for doing.
She likes to go back, cuddle with her people, and they're like,
does she work in PR?
Let's make this a thing. No, I don't know.
That's what PR people do. Spin stuff. Remember that spin show? The Spin Crowd or something like that. Those
Spin City?
No, Spin Crowd. Remember that on E? That, you know, do you remember those two guys that were Kim Kardashian's? You did Kim Kardashian's friends.
Oh,
people.
Jonathan Cheban there.
Yeah, the food god now, isn't it? He changed his legal name. What a stupid idiot! Changing
his name and he changed his face.
Yeah. I think he's changed his face many times at this point. He's turning into the cat.
He's turning into the lion. The lion Catwoman.
Catwoman, okay? He's a Catwoman now.
He's turning into Joan Rivers.
And he never wants to admit that he never wants to come out of the closet as well, but I think that he's in the closet.
It's time, Jonathan. Yeah. This is the time.
Come out of the closet. Okay. It's 2025. Come out of the closet already.
Exactly.
God's sake.
So,
I'm not trying to out him, by the way.
No. This is beach day. So now we're on beach. So this is beach day. Now we're at beach day. And I'm sorry, like, I feel like the LA beach is so gross. I never see it in a nice way. They were dead rats in Beverly Hills. What was it? Rats or pigeons or whatever.
Oh, dead pigeons. But that can happen in any beach. Okay, calm down. That can happen in any beach.
No, I've never seen this. I've never, in everything, whenever I see a LA beach, it looks nasty. It's horrible.
When I think about an LA beach these days, after everything I know about LA, I just feel like it's covered in like hypodermic needles and like meth.
It is.
And things like that.
It's not great. Like, no one speaks highly of the LA
beach.
We were younger, California beaches across the coast are different. But LA specifically, I'm talking about.
Remember watching Baywatch back in the day, and didn't you feel like everything looked like so perfect and like great, like the beaches were amazing? That was LA. Baywatch was LA.
It was California, but not LA, I don't think.
No, it was LA. I 100% know that it was LA, and it was Santa Monica.
There.
No, it was. And
Santa Monica's different, though, isn't it?
No, Santa Monica is LA. Yeah, it's LA. Santa Monica. It's all of that. It's LA. It's like prime.
No, LA is the city itself, I think. I don't know. Anyway.
No, LA. That's part of LA. That's Los Angeles County. That's part of LA.
Okay.
Anyway, so didn't you like it then? Didn't you think it was like great then when you watched it on Baywatch? Like,
I think if we look back, it won't look great.
Yeah, but at the time when you were a child, didn't you think, wow?
Yeah, because we
looked so hot and amazing.
because everything's better than where we are. So we have no beaches. So
yeah. Oh no, we've got a
I mean,
Brighton,
we're an island. Apparently, we have beaches
stony,
everywhere, but they're dirty.
yeah, stony, horrible stony beaches of Brighton. That's what we
No,
got.
Cornwall has nice beaches. It's just you can't
Oh
go in the
yeah,
water. You can't
yeah.
go in
It's
the
just
water
freezing.
because it's
Just
freezing.
freezing. Okay. Anyway, I digress.
Um,
Sorry about that.
yes. So Jasmine, basically, the whole gist of it is Jasmine goes into the with Kristen, goes into the beach day saying, I ain't gonna apologize. Like, I'm not doing it. I can't. Like, these people, they're grating on me. Like, I hate Janet.
Yeah. And I say more
And
power to you,
yeah.
Jasmine.
And Janet's that person that's like, I'm not going to speak to her. She doesn't deserve for me to go to her. She is that person that always expects people to come to her and
Yeah.
apologize. She will
The
never go to anyone.
ego.
Jason tried to force her. He said, in 1 minute we'll go. And she's like, okay, we'll go in 1 minute. But she did not want to. She
Yeah.
can't back down and apologize. She's always expecting apologies from everyone else. Not once does she apologize properly,
Yeah.
ever. And she always has got that all air about her where it's like, everyone will come to me. Everyone's going to come to me. I'm not going to get up and go to
Yeah,
anyone
but we
else.
do know someone like that as well. Like, as in, we understand that because we know someone like
Yeah,
that.
those people exist. We have them in
Yeah.
our lives.
Yeah.
Everyone does. And then Janet's like, she's not a friend because
How could she do this?
I've been a friend with her for so many years. How could she do this to me? Like,
And then Jason having a whole
you're
panic
so
attack
easy.
about
You're
it.
the one that's so easy to quit on the relationship. So what does that say about you?
But
Like,
it
you're like,
kind of
that's it.
went.
One thing happens and I'm going to dump her. So
Yeah,
you're the shit friend.
but that's what she did with Chris and Dodie last year as well. Remember? Apparently they
Yeah.
were very close.
Basically, the point is that one by one, her friends are going. Have you noticed?
Yeah, but
Brittany's
she's
the only one
destroyed
left.
every time anyone says anything about her, she destroys their character entirely. It's like
Brittany is
it's
the
so
only
terrible.
person she has left now.
Yeah. No, she's also
And
got like
Michelle.
Michelle and
That's
like
it.
some other people.
No, she doesn't have Nia anymore. She doesn't have Zach
Okay, yeah.
anymore. She doesn't have Kristen anymore. And now she doesn't have Jasmine anymore.
But
She's
she's
only
really
got
good at
Michelle.
making people look like demons. Like when she's the demon herself, like that's
But,
what she demonized Kristen
but
last
she's
season,
getting
and everyone
snuffed
believed it.
out. People are snuffing her out. Like they're figuring out what she's
But
about.
how long did it take these people? They were all friends with her for quite some time. Like, are they all dumb? Like, or maybe they didn't spend enough time with her.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I think when the cameras go up, like people's true
When do
nature
you
do come
think
out.
that Jason is gonna like notice what he married? Like when
Yeah, I don't
like
think they're
he's got a
endgame. They're
demon.
definitely going to break up at some point.
Yeah, but when do you think it's gonna? Do you think he's gonna have an epiphany?
Well,
Like
when
one
he
day it's gonna all hit
realizes,
him.
and he still hasn't, because in this scene as well, he's like, it's so weird. Like Jasmine's acting like he really hates her. I feel like she really hates her and looking at her like she's the scum of the earth.
Yeah,
Yes, because she is. Now, if you realize everyone's looking at her that way, you might realize one day, if everyone's looking at her like that, think about what you just said. How come they're all seeing her like this? Because she is, Jason. And that one day when that clicks, that's when things will change. But Brock comes in with his wives, Scheana and Lala. Like they're just always together. So
his wives.
I'm just gonna say it's his wives.
His Mormon wives. His Mormon wives.
Like yeah, he's just with them all the time. So I'm
Sister
just gonna
wives.
call them
The
his
sister
wives.
wives.
Yeah, and
There's
then Brit
actually a
basically.
show called Sister Wives. Have you heard about
Yeah,
that?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a polygamy. I think they're like
Yeah, polygamy.
polygamists. Or like, yeah.
But that's what these lot are as well.
Well, no,
Sister wives.
I'm just saying it as a joke, but I don't think they're doing anything. But it's just because she also
You think?
remember in Vanderpump, she kept saying like Brock's such a good dad, and like he's really been there for me and for
Yeah,
Ocean
yeah.
and stuff. Lala kept
But
saying so.
I don't
Lala,
think Sheena is opposed to it because she did admit to having a threesome with what's his name with back in the day with
Ariana.
no, not Ariana with who's that famous pop star that's best friends with Andy
Oh
Cohen? Him, and
yeah.
also she had a with
What's
Cole
his
from
name?
Sunset Beach. What's his name again?
Yeah, but that's
She had a threesome with him as well, I think. Allegedly. This is all alleged. Everything we've said in this podcast is alleged, by the way.
yeah. So, but what's not alleged is that Brit went out on a date. Has got a new man of some sort, like that she's hanging out with.
Oh
She's saying
yeah.
that she's going on a date after the
Listen,
beach party.
Brittany,
Like, why do you think I look
focus
so
on your
pretty
kid.
right now?
Focus on your kid.
I look so.
You don't need a man right now, okay? Just to make yourself feel better about your shitty life
That's
that
exactly
you've
why she's
created
got a
yourself.
man. That's
She's
exactly why
created
she
this
has a
mess
man.
herself. Sorry.
She needs to feel like pretty. She's like, can you see I'm looking all pretty today? Do you think I've come here looking all pretty for the beach? I'm going on a date.
But who cares about your stupid dating life? Okay,
It
sort out
is
your
to be
kid and your financial
no.
situation.
It's her way of like dealing with stuff because Jax has never shown her any and thinks she's ugly and called her ugly and fat and all these things.
Oh
So I
God.
can understand why she wants some sort of like attention.
Yeah, I understand that, but like right now you've got more
It's not a
pressing
serious
problems like your
thing.
child and your financial situation, which is the most important thing. The financial situation, it's going to crush you and you could be homeless. Okay, think about
No,
that.
but she could just be with this person to hit it and quit it. Like that's fine. Keep it surface. Do not make it a serious relationship. But with Brittany, I don't know if
Yeah,
she's capable of
yeah,
that.
you're right. You're right. She's not capable
That's
of
the
that at
thing.
all. So can
Um,
we move on?
so then they're playing Truth or Dare, and
Is this still
Scheana
at the
reveals
beach?
that they're still at the beach. They play
Yeah.
Truth or Dare there, and Scheana reveals that she got hemorrhoids from Brock's
Yeah, backdoored by Brooks and got hemorrhoids. So that
by
was
Brock sitting
gross.
on her back
Why
door.
did you reveal that, Sheena? No one wants to know that, okay? Gross. Ew. No one needs to hear that ever, Sheena. Keep it to yourself, okay?
and then Michelle, who's like been MIA pretty much for these last 2 episodes, gets asked by Janet, "Have you ever had it up the butt?" And she's like, "Oh my god, Janet, don't say that."
Yeah, that seems like a normal response from that robot. Like I would like not think that anyone would want to share that on like national television, apart from stupid Sheena.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
normal response. That was one of the most normal responses ever from Michelle.
yeah. So then Jason's like, I really feel like tells Janet I really need to talk to Jasmine. I just want to squash it and like take her to the
Dun dun
side.
dun.
And Janet does push back. She can't relent her power. She's like, we shouldn't be going to her. She needs to come to us. And then he basically convinces her. And it should have just been Jason and Jasmine should have just gone, really. But
Yeah, but
obviously Janet's going to do it,
then
but it
that
involves me. He's my husband. And it's
yeah,
our
because she
marriage
wants to
we're
control
talking
it
about.
all. She
Yeah.
wants to
And
control everything
that too.
and spin the narrative. But
Correct.
I think it was going really well. But it was so awkward the way he like went up to her and asked her to like go. Can we talk? And then when they went to talk, that's when after a little while, then Janet like slithered in, and that's when it all started to go downhill. I think they were talking like pretty well before that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Before
I
Janet
think,
arrived, slithered her slimy
yeah,
self in.
of course. And she kept like making little jabs and stuff. And
Who? Jasmine?
Janet kept making jabs. So
Yeah,
then
yeah. That's
eventually
what she
Jasmine
does.
got pissed off. And Jasmine's actual,
She flew off the handle straight away, Jasmine. But that I think
yeah,
that's what she wanted. I think that's what Janet wanted to make her look crazy by
yeah.
she
I
wanted
mean,
to trigger
Jasmine,
Jasmine and then she wanted her to have a huge reaction
yeah,
and
she's
then she
like, why
wanted
are you yelling? Why are you yelling? And that's what was getting Jasmine even more riled up.
yeah. She was just trying to
And
antagonize her to make her look
yeah,
like the crazy person on TV and to
and
make
that's why
herself
Jasmine
look like a
said,
victim.
yeah, and Jasmine eventually said, like, you're a shitty ass friend, a vibe killer, and you're giving Karen energy.
Yeah, she's a Janet. She's a Janet.
I fucking love that whole phrase. Like that sums
Yeah.
Janet up.
Yeah.
Like that was the best line. She is a
100%.
vibe killer. She is a Karen, and she's a shitty ass friend.
Yeah,
Correct.
you got it in one.
So then, yeah, Jason basically is like the way she came at. I was so shocked, like the way she came at Janet. Like it makes me second guess our relationship with her. Like it seems like she really hates Janet, and I'm second guessing my relationship with Jasmine. How much of it is real? Like it's a different side to her. I don't know who brought it out of her.
And I just
Your
went to
wife
slap
boy out of her.
Jason.
Your wife boy out of her, Janet. But he's trying to make it flip it to say like I think she's been talking to Kristen and stuff, and they're Zach and they're bringing it out of her.
And he
But
was so shocked and horrified. It was just like, so like, are you dumb?
you're right, Jason, that someone's brought it out of her to say these things and hate and make someone hate your wife. It's your wife.
Yeah, it's that slithery, slimy slug that you married,
But he's
okay?
trying to spin it to say like Zach and everyone's got in her ear. Oh, shut
I thought
up.
he was going to cry. I thought he was going to burst out crying. His face
Wake
just looked
up,
like that.
Jason.
And then he needed a hug from stupid Brock as well. And then Brock made a comment about Janet as well when they were leaving, when he was hugging her.
Yeah. He said bye, Janet. He said bye, Karen.
Yeah. But she is the Karen. Everyone knows it. He wasn't. I bet he was making it like he was making a joke, but I think he believes that. Like everyone
Yeah.
does, deep down.
Yeah.
Even the people that claim to be her friend probably believe that as well. That she's a Karen. That she's
Yeah.
a Janet, basically. She's a Janet.
She's a Janet. So then it's the next day, and Nia and Kristen, Zach and Britt meet up. They go for coffee or whatever. And it's the day after, and Britt just talks about how she went on her date and she really likes the guy that she's hanging out with, and he makes me feel pretty, and it makes me really happy. And then this gives Zach the opportunity to clear the air. So they give Nia the download Nia on what happened because Nia and Danny weren't there at the.
I don't think Zach was there either. Was he?
And Zach wasn't there. Oh yeah, Zach wasn't there.
And then they show a flash of what they did. Those lot did instead. They hung out, but obviously their camera time was shortened because they didn't have much drama. So they didn't.
It was Jesse. It was weird. It was Zach, Jesse, and Danny.
Because they wanted a scene as well. They wanted to be on TV as well. They wanted a scene. They wanted to get paid.
Yeah, I guess they pick and choose it. They do. They have some cameras there and some cameras here. Whatever's the better drama.
Yeah, there wasn't enough drama there because there was no one for Jesse to attack really. So because they're all his allies, so he's not going to attack them, is he?
Yes, yeah. So then they basically, Kristen and Britt say what happened, and then Zach proceeds to tell Britt, like, I just feel like you don't have my back.
Brittany, stop saying Britt.
Sorry, not Britt Edie.
Yeah, it's not Britt Edie. Yeah.
Brittany. They keep saying he was saying that I just don't feel like you have my back. I feel like it's always about Janet, and then Kristen again is like, yeah, I feel like that's true. And Brittany's like, oh,
stupid Brittany.
Huh?
Stupid Brittany's
like, I don't want you to always feel like I'm picking her side over yours. It's not like that. I'm friends with all people, all of you, everyone.
And I say the same thing to them.
I was even married to an idiot like that.
I say the same thing to them as they do, as I say to you.
I'm friends with everybody. I'm friends with you, the cows, the sheep, everything. This is like, oh my
God. When Jax and Brittany take Kentucky. Oh my God, that was horrific.
Watch that, but it's making me laugh thinking about it.
Oh my God, you need to let's watch that and do a recap of that, okay? Because that is horrific. That show. How can you have not watched that? Are you insane?
I know.
You lost your mind. You need to watch that. That was horrifying. That show was horrifying.
If you can watch that, you can watch then I'm going to give you
Secret
Housewives. Secret.
No, I'm not watching that crap. I'm not doing it, okay? And you can't make me, okay? I don't want to watch any more
Please,
crap.
someone comment in our comments. Write in our comments that she needs to watch it. How good is that program?
Ruru is not going to be watching that.
It would be a great recap.
Okay, listen. Also, how do you feel about watching NYC, New Gen NYC? Are we going to watch that with Riley and Gia and Ariana? No,
I don't think so. I don't care for the young people.
Ariana.
No.
Yeah, I think they're boring.
Yeah. Brittany also basically says about how she met this new man in her life when she was hosting a Bachelorette Mondays at Jax's bar. Which is like, what are you doing in your life? Like, you're a mother and you're like 30-something. Like, why are you hosting Bachelorette Mondays at your stupid loser husband's bar? It's just, it's all wrong. It's all wrong.
I think it's all just for the paycheck, isn't it?
It is.
To do all these stupid things, so that's why they do it. Like, all these TV people get paid like to do stupid shit, so they're like, oh yes, I'll do something else and I'll get a paycheck. Cut me a check. So I think in that way it's good for her, like that she's getting some income, but like she needs to move on from this whole Jax bar as well.
Yes, definitely. So the gist of that conversation.
When I was editing some of the episodes, both of us keep saying and a lot, so we got to try not to do that. Mostly me, I keep saying and, but we have to get them just like cut that out.
We're gonna try and nip it in the bud.
Yeah, not say it.
Yes. So Kristen, at the end of that whole conversation, the point was that Zach said that Janet creates a wedge between us, and the same for Kristen. Then we go to Nia and Danny when they go to their detox place, and they get a lymphatic drainage massage, which looked painful. Would you get one?
I know a thing or two about those kind of things, and that's not a proper lymphatic drainage massage. But anyway, I think
they're meant to be painful, though, are they?
I don't think so.
Pressure.
I don't think so. I think they were just. I think it's just like they Hollywoodified it, like not Hollywood. They kind of LA-fied it, like like to make it look like it's a new like LA trend, or like you know, like how they did that blood vampire facial and things like that.
Yeah.
I think they've made it, you know what I mean? They've kind
Yeah.
of amped it up and made it a bit more aggressive and a bit more like crazier, like
Yes,
just one
yeah.
of those things. Anyway.
Okay, so basically Nia says during that whole detox session or before it that she wants to, they go back to the whole thing about having their fourth kid.
Yeah.
Because she wants to have a mummy makeover, and she says, I can't have my mummy makeover if I'm going to have another kid, so let's just get them out the way, get them out me, and then I can go and just get nip tucked and do whatever I need to do, which does make sense.
Yeah, but basically you're struggling with 3 kids, so you don't need another one. And secondly, like you already look amazing. I don't think you need a mummy makeover, okay? I don't think so.
Yeah, but she does dress. I do think she's got generally, like, before she probably had a body. She was a
but it's like
a beauty contestant, but I think she dresses more conservatively now for a reason. Like, she comes across as really sweet because she's like always dressed very conservative. I think that's an insecurity of her body. Like, she feels insecure for sure. So I think she wants to go back to the glory days, which makes sense. Like, I understand it, but she probably could work out to do that. But if she had less kids, you can't work out if you've got 1,000 kids. So
but
give and take.
Also, you're not gonna like, how are you gonna waste all that money? You're buying a new house and you're wasting all that money on you can have another kid. That's a whole lot of money as well. And
talking kid money won't make anything.
No, and also to have a kid in America, you have to pay like a shitload to even give birth at a hospital, and on top of that, then all the expenses for the kid, and on top of that, you just moved house and bought a new house.
They've got nannies.
Yeah, and nannies and stuff like that. And on top of that, she wants to have a mummy makeover as well. Like, they're just bleeding out money, those two, that couple as well. Like, they just don't know. None of these people know how to like get a hold of their finances and like know when to pinch their pockets and stuff like that.
Danny did say also that I can't in that moment. He was like, I can't have a kid like in that space. So they obviously did the right thing to. They moved. But they moved, so I think that was part of it. So
like I said, they moved and they're bleeding out money with that mortgage probably.
But it's cheaper. It's a cheaper area, so
yeah.
They're in the sticks. They're like not near the city, so they've had to do that. Go for a lesson.
It's actually a town. It's actually a
but she wanted to be in central LA, like with the crazy bill, a bigger house and everything. So at least he made it see sense in that way.
Yeah. That's right.
Because they did need a bigger space, but
now she doesn't need a mummy makeover as well. Like, she already looks great. Okay, just don't do it. Don't do it.
No, she wants to do a Kelly and like be like everything out, hanging out.
Who's Kelly? Oh, does she? We don't know if she wants everything hanging out.
No, I don't know if she wants everything.
Yeah.
But I think I can. If her history is like she was like a beauty pageant model and she was like doing bikini modeling stuff, I'm sure she was fairly secure, and she probably is insecure now.
But guess what? No one's body's going to be like their body was when they were in their 20s or like.
No one wants to hear that in this day and age, though, because it can be if you just pay for it.
No, it can't actually, because it will just look like really like artificial and crazy. Everyone's bodies, like, you know, we've seen people with plastic surgery and they always look crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't like age well.
It doesn't. Yeah. So then we move on to the let's feel sorry for Janet scene at their home where they're with the baby, and she's like, Cameron can feel my energy. Like, Cameron, it's such an annoying. I'm sorry, like, that is such a Janet name to name her kid Cameron.
Yeah, but her name's Janet, so what do you expect?
So anyway, she's like, he's playing in the ball pit, and she's like, it's really unfair that I've been dumped. I just feel like I've been dumped by a friend. You're dumping her because she said one thing.
Yeah, but
you're the dumpy.
That's what she does.
You're the dumb person. Then you're going to throw it back on her anyway.
She spins the narrative.
Again, trying to squeeze out some tears. And
this is what I found really annoying. She's like, I'm crying, but there was not one tear that fell out of her fucking eye. Okay, she's not crying. It was a lie. Okay, you can't get a tear out of a demon. Okay, a serpent. She's a slithery, slimy serpent from hell. Okay, you can't get a tear out of that.
Serpents don't cry.
Yeah, out of a Janet. Janets don't cry.
Yeah, she said that Cameron is feeding off her energy, and I don't want him to look. See, he's getting upset because I'm upset. Shut up. And
you weren't even upset. She had a smirk on her face.
And she said, I think I'm going to give Cameron to my mum because I don't want him to see me like this. And literally, where does her mum live? In the garden? Because Jason just popped out for a second and came back, and I'm like, where's her mum?
No, I think she was in the kitchen waiting for to be handed over the child. The child was primed for the
No, she said,
handover.
I want to take Cameron to my mum's house now. And then he was like, okay.
Oh,
And
I
then he
thought
went
she
and he
said,
came
I'm going
back.
to give it to my
She said
mum.
house. No,
Okay.
my mum's house and take to my mum's place. So I have a theory she lives in Janet's garden.
No, I think that what happened is that she said that, but then they
Editing.
No, not editing. I think that she just probably put him in his like playpen or like his crib,
No,
so he can't get out, he can't
he
escape.
came back. He was like, okay, he's gone to your mum's now. So okay, good.
Oh,
And
maybe
then
they
they
had like
decided
a courier to take him.
a baby courier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
an in between person.
I don't know, baby shuttle. I don't know.
Yeah.
stick him in like some sort of shuttle and he just gets sent there. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
FedEx him.
yeah, I think that. So then, basically, they decided to cheer themselves up by having a nice FaceTime conversation with Jax. Like, who chooses to make themselves feel better and call Jax? Like,
Oh yeah, and
I'm
then
upset. I'm not going to call Jax now.
and that Slytherin slimy snake said, "I'm just going to stay off to the side. I don't want to be on the camera," so she could hear everything. And I'm sure she does that with every single conversation
That's exactly
that
what
man
I
has.
thought. That's exactly what I thought. I can imagine her doing this all the time, and that's why
She's a
she gets
gossip queen, and she needs to know everything about everything. Like she's so controlling. She's a control
so
freak.
controlling. Yes, definitely. So she is listening in whilst Jason talks to Jax whilst he's still at the rehab place. And Jax is like, I'm doing much better. And Jason's like, this is the best I've ever heard you. Like, this is the best conversation I've ever had with you. I really feel like you're taking full accountability. And what you really need to do is sort out this mortgage situation because it's stressing out Britt. And Jax has a miraculous plan of like the podcast, and I'm going to give the money from the podcast to Britt and then she can pay it off.
Yeah, but we know that podcast isn't making that much money. We know it.
100%. And then we obviously find out that this was just some bullshit, like smoke and mirrors that he always creates. He's a lovely.
I just want to say about this whole conversation that he had with Jack there. Why do you think? Are you like dumb and stupid? How are you a lawyer? Why do you think that Jax is like a changed man? Like, and why are you friends with Jax? And why are you like calling him and checking in on him? Like, nothing is making sense about Jason's character at all. Like, I don't understand.
Does he not realize he looks like an idiot by believing Jax?
And he was so horrible to Danny, who's hasn't even done anything, Danny, apart from that one incident. But Jax has done like 10 billion things, yeah, to a whole bunch of people, and lied and cheated and treated people like crap.
It's not
proportionally like crap. And he's done this thing with a mortgage, and he's not even coming down anywhere near as hard as he did on Danny. I just don't understand.
He's not proportional. It's not like
there's no thoughts going on in there. He just do what Janet says.
Like he doesn't. It's unbalanced. Like it's just all Janet's thoughts. Like everything that he does, the harsh stuff he does to Danny and Zach and everyone else is because of Janet. Whereas he has autonomy over what he says with Jax. Maybe I don't know.
And he's pussing out as well because he's scared of Jax as well. All of that as well. He's scared of Jax and he's scared of Jax.
I don't know. So basically, Jax also says, like, I want to break the cycle and I don't want to be like how my dad was and what happened with me.
And his house was really chaotic growing up.
Growing up.
That makes sense.
I believe
that's why you're a terrible person, okay?
Yeah, I believe it. And then he proceeds to say, like, about Brittany that I was so used to treating Brittany like shit for so long, and I didn't even see it because she let me get away with it. So then he puts it back on her.
Yeah. What a stupid man.
I was so used to treating Brittany like shit that I didn't even realize it. And it's because
that's what
she let me get away with it. So it's Brittany's fault.
They look for victims that will just let them like walk all over them all the time. And it is Brittany's fault as well in that way. But she needs to improve herself and learn from her mistakes. I'm not trying to victim shame, but I'm saying that
I think
she knew what she married. Basically,
I didn't think of it like that. That the therapist had probably told him like you seek relationships where that enables you to be the worst side of yourself. So he's probably spitting that jargon.
Yeah,
but it's coming across to me in the moment as that like, oh, you're putting the blame on Brittany, but he's probably just reiterating what they've said.
Yeah, you hit the note. Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. So then
next scene. I think.
So,
or we're staying on this scene, or we're moving on to the next.
No, that's it. Then
No,
Britt gets. Oh, sorry. So Britt gets to move back into her house, doesn't she? Because I thought that was actually the end of the episode because it was like, done.
Yeah.
But then they cut to Brittany. She's going to be moving back into her house because Jax is officially moving into his condo. And then
she's
there's
sitting
all
on the
that
sofa
drama
with
about
her
the
mum again.
camera.
Yeah.
She's
Oh yeah, she's taping all the cameras up because apparently Jax is still watching the cameras, but he can't hear anything because there's no audio.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
But then she sits
but I feel
down
like that's
to talk
something that just Jax told her.
Yes.
And why can't you just remove the cameras? Why don't you just remove the cameras to have your own peace of mind? Because it's your house now. Remove the damn cameras instead of taping it up, dummy.
Yes. So then Brittany calls Jax's
and get a new
sister.
Ring camera as well for the front door.
Yeah. Brittany calls Jax's sister, and then is like, tells her about the mortgage stuff. She says, why hasn't he paid his mortgage? And he also said that she couldn't find the wedding rings. And she doesn't know where the wedding rings are, and she's like suspicious because I think
obviously he's pawned it off to go get some more cocaine.
Exactly. So she's a bit suspicious about that, and then the producer comes in, little fourth wall break.
But why would you leave that in your house, with Jax in the house? Why would you leave your wedding rings in the safe which Jax has the combination to? Are you dumb, Brittany? It makes no sense.
But look, she trusted to marry this guy and have a child with him, so she doesn't have a brain to think about all
you're
this.
Right.
We're expecting too much from her,
brainless
honestly.
Brittany. I'm going to call her Brainless Brittany now, okay?
We expect too much out of her. No, she's below average.
Yeah.
In her brain.
Yeah.
So,
that's why she's Brainless Brittany.
Yeah. So yeah, basically she calls and speaks to Jenny, Jax's sister, trying to get some sort of some sort of I don't know, advice, I guess, from her.
Advice or
and
something.
And then the producer comes in and is like, Jax just messaged me saying that make sure you get all this on camera, childish behavior. So he's basically listening in on the conversations that she's having with his sister. And Brittany's like, what? He can't hear me, can he? And then she's like, well, obviously he's put bugs in the house, she's saying, to hear me when I'm talking.
Dummy, it's probably just the camera that you don't have any idea about how it works. And you can probably hear you from the camera, and he
so
dummy.
There's that too. There's so many theories. It's not shocking that he can hear you. Come on, it could be from multiple ways.
He's not like a evil genius. He's just evil. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So then all of a sudden, Jenny's like, his sister's like, Jax is calling me. She puts the phone down and then calls her again and says, his blood pressure spiked and he's going to the hospital.
That's a fucking lie. Okay?
That's a lie, and
then Brittany
starts to get worried. To feel bad. He does this all the time to Brittany, where he doesn't like what she says, and you're causing me stress, and now I can't breathe, I can't do this and stuff. So he's made up this excuse that his blood pressure spiked, and then Brittany's like, why? And Jenny, his sister, says it's to do with this stuff about the cameras. That's why his pressure spiked. How stupid is that?
The problem that he created. So his blood pressure spiked because he can listen in on her, and he's the one who created the problem by putting the stupid cameras there in the first place. I don't understand.
So then anyway, she says bye to. Yeah, she says bye to Jenny. She says bye to Jenny, and then she's talking to her mum on the sofa, and she gets an email from Jax that says, "By the way, the mortgage is on you. Deuces, I'm out from the house, and you're gonna have to look after the mortgage." And she's like, what did I do to deserve this? And it's like, you married him. This is what you did to deserve this. You married him and had a baby with him. So this is what you get for your poor decisions. Okay?
Yeah.
So we hope that you learn from it. You probably won't. But
and secondly, as soon as they got booted off that show, Vanderpump Rules, they should have sold the house and got something cheaper because they obviously couldn't afford to pay the bills because they had no jobs.
Everyone lives beyond their means. Most of the world do. So it's not shocking that these guys are doing that.
But they could have been homeless. They could have ended up homeless. The bank could have just taken home. But she did say something at the end of the episode. That it's being foreclosed on. So she can't save it. She can't save the house because it's being foreclosed on, she said. So I'm not really understanding.
But she does also say, like, luckily I have enough money to, like, I think she has like deals and stuff. So she probably does have
from Instagram
to scrape it together and from the show and things. But
she's doing ads on Instagram and things like that, making her money from that.
And even Instagram like brings in a certain amount because she must be at 1 million or something followers. I don't know.
Yeah, she is.
So she is basically saying all this stuff, and obviously, who's there listening in? Cruz. And I feel so bad that last scene, like he's just wandering around on his own in the house, like behind the sofa, and it's like, pay attention to your kid.
Yeah. And never talk about all this shit in front of your kid. Never.
Yes.
Give him to the nanny
we're going to be all right. And she starts hugging him. We're going to be all right. Like, you're giving me anxiety. Like, why does mommy keep saying we're going to be all right? Is something wrong?
Yeah.
Like,
guess what?
Do you know what I mean? Like, these things that you're reassuring herself. She's trying to reassure herself and using her son and reassuring, but he's absorbing all this.
Yes, and I think my theory is that Brittany's really dumb, so she feels like, oh, my son is autistic and non-verbal, so he won't understand what's going on really, so it doesn't matter if I speak about all this in front of him. She's so dumb.
Another brainless Brittany moment.
Yeah, another brainless Brittany moment. He understands everything that you're saying and doing and all the actions.
Even
and
more, that sense is probably really heightened. His hearing senses are probably really heightened because of his lack of speech.
We all know that autistic people are extremely intelligent. So, and he's hearing all the crap that you're doing and, you're destroying every he needs a lot of nurturing right now because he's going through a tough time with his parents.
I wonder if she's spoken to, what's her name from Jersey, whose son was autistic. Was it autistic or?
Yeah, she lives in Orange County now. What's her name?
Oh yeah, she does.
Jacqueline,
yeah.
Larita.
Jacqueline. Yeah. Larita, yeah. I wonder if because she was the first person I think to have spoken about their kid being autistic on these programs because it's the first season.
Yeah, I think so. So that might be a good resource for her to go to because she works a lot with the autistic community.
Yeah, I was going to say I think she has her own charity for it and things, organization or whatever. Yeah,
and just because he's non-verbal right now, it doesn't mean he's not going to be non-verbal forever as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then he's going to give his. I hope he just grows up and punches Jax in the face.
Yes, exactly. So I think that's the end of the episode then.
Yeah, that's the end of the episode. So guys, don't forget to give us 5-star reviews, review this podcast. Also subscribe to our podcast, follow us on social media too. We're everywhere. And we'll see you guys really soon. Bye.
Bye. Bye.